Hello there. Kind of caught me off guard. Welcome to another exciting episode of Knife Chats with Tobias. This will probably be a relatively quick video. I've shown this knife before. This is a Frost Sunfish. I picked it up mainly because of the blade edge here. It says 1 of 500. I'm assuming they're telling the truth on that. These blade etches they usually do right there in house at at their factory in Tennessee. So these are not like the blade etches are not done overseas. They're actually done here in the United States. They just got a laser engraver and they slap it on there. This particular knife was actually made in Pakistan, not China. They make their sunfish knives in both places. In any case, though, I was really impressed with the quality of this knife. It's pretty solid. It's got a lazy half stop at the top, not a real half stop, but the blade definitely stops at the top. And, got a good strong pull on it, definitely strong pull, especially on the smaller blade, the smaller pin blade, which is, well, we've already talked about sunfish and the size of their blades. They're big honking blades, which give you a lot of real estate for putting decorations on the blades. I would much rather have the decoration on the handle, but occasionally I do like a blade edge if it's a knife that I'm not really going to be using and it's really just for decoration. And that was the case with this knife. I really bought it just for the blade edge. I've got other sunfish knives I do use occasionally, but this one I bought it to display with the sunfish on there. I like to go fishing. And I actually usually like to go fishing for bluegill and crappie and stuff, which are sunfish. I also like elephants a lot. And when I saw this one on Cutlery Corner Network a couple nights ago, it's like, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab it. It's an elephant toenail. And if you can tell, there's a blade edge going on with it. And also, if you can tell, for some reason, the box says Ocoee River Canoe. But on the side here, it clearly writes elephant toenail. When I pulled this out of the box, I picked it up with a couple other knives. I'll show those at another time. But I pulled this out of the box. It's like, oh man, they better not have sent me a canoe. And then, well, I opened up the box and it was not a canoe. It was a elephant toenail, like I said. Obviously, it's the same frame as this knife here, even though this one is just Frost, I believe. Well, where is it? There we go. This one is just Frost Cutlery. This one is Ocoee River, but the knives are pretty much identical, except they have different bone handles and such. And this bone handle is done in what I like to call a 3-year-old with a Dremel tool jig. I guess some people actually like this jigging. It's all right, I guess. Not the world's greatest. I would have liked the bone just to be this shade of brown here, this nice kind of chestnutty color blending in. And if this would have been a smooth bone handle, that would have even looked nicer. But I'm growing accustomed to the jigging. You got 5 brass pins, 4 for the handle and 1 for the back spring there. Brass liners, 2 back springs going on. And actually the fit and finish is not bad. Neither on this one over here. Fit and finish is really quite well with it. The blade, the back spring is not quite as hard on opening the blades. And now the blades actually have a full half stop, an actual half stop. But what I bought this for, once again, was the blade edge. And they called this a reverse frosted edge. And, well, let's get it open. You notice it stops at the half stop. The first thing I noticed right away is, if you notice, there's a line going right along there where the top is kind of a darker gray than the bottom. And I'm not sure why that is the case. I know it does line up right with the liner on the knife. Let me close this. I got to close it carefully. I'm worried about scratching it. But you see right there, and then when you open it up, you see the line. You see that line? I mean, it's just barely noticeable. I have tried oiling it a little bit to see if I could get it to blend in a bit better. And it's a very dark gray reverse frosting. That's not what I was expecting. I was actually expecting That's the whole reason this knife is here. I was expecting it to have a reverse frosting that you see on like this Stroke of Luck knife by Rough Rider. Notice how that is. It's a lighter shade there with the flat finish, and then you got the a Stroke of Luck all shiny and everything. That's what I was expecting, but for some reason this is a very dark gray. I'm getting used to it, but as you notice, it's also a very delicate dark gray, and you see the lines showing up in there. So you got to be very careful because it will scratch. And the more it scratches, well, the less you have the nice reverse frosting going on. So I guess what I would say is it looks great, or it looks pretty good when you first get the knife, but as soon as you start using it, that dark gray is just going to scrape off. So I would have rather them done an etch similar to what they did on this blade, because this etch is going to last much longer than the etch on this knife if you're using it. So I pretty much decided that this knife, I'm probably not even going to carry it, because the more I open and close it, the more likely it is that I'm going to be scratching up the etch and everything on here. And I really do like the etch. You see that? It is a pretty cool etch. They called this their, I think they called it their Dumbo knife, D-U-M-B-O, as in Dumbo, the elephant, from Disney's Dumbo, the cartoon, and later live action movie. I don't know how they got away with that. Disney sues people right and left over everything. But it just got a big elephant on it. Actually, two of them. Got the one kind of sitting there or kind of charging at you, and then the other one off to the side with the trunk up, so that's good luck. And I don't know, pretty cool knife. I do like the etch, but I also think that etch is very fragile. So it's going to be one of those knives that I will probably be displaying, but and I will display it with the blade open, because like I said, the more that blade moves, more likely that etch is going to get scratched. So if you like this knife, I would say just be forewarned that that blade etch is going to be very, very easy to screw up. Let's put it that way. It's a fragile blade etch. I would say that. I'm wondering if you could like coat it or something to help protect it. I don't know. I'm not planning on doing anything other than putting it in the display drawer with my elephant toenails and sunfish. And well, there you have it. Two of them with nice blade etches. Well, one of them with a really nice blade etch, and the other one that looks nice until you start doing something with it. In any case, thought I'd show that to you, and also thought I'd warn you about this. It is a cool looking blade etch, like I said, but it is a fragile blade etch. So if you're going to use it, you're going to screw it up pretty quick. But if you like elephants and elephant toenail knives, maybe it's something that you want for your display case. I don't know. I'm keen to find out what Knife Detector thinks about something like that. Talk to you again soon. Stick around for some slides. let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. And also, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.